In this video, I'm going to share with you 2 emotional states which are going to be your worst enemy in making any profits over the next years ahead. So guys, but before we are going to do that, I'm first going to bring you guys back into the kitchen. You guys know I love the Italian kitchen, and I want to show you guys that I can be a little bit creative when it comes to cooking, because I just come home and I just think like, wow, I don't have any food at home. But then I'm actually thinking, let's just use what is at home. And guys, I came up with a fantastic recipe, but it's not finished yet, so we cannot say whether it is good or not. I'm going to make a pizza with almond flour, and I'm going to use mozzarella, Parmesan cheese, tomato sauce, of course. And I'm not going to put on this thing. I actually changed it to olives later. But first of all, I'm going to give my pets some food. But they are a little bit scared of the camera. They don't really like to get filmed, guys. So let's go and make this pizza. So mix the almond flour with some eggs and some baking powder. Then add the toppings. And of course, tomato sauce. I'm going to put a lot of cheese, guys. Don't forget that I'm Dutch. Yeah, I can never have enough cheese. Anyhow, we put it in the oven. Guys, this looks super insane, delicious. I haven't tasted it yet, but come on, man. This looks so good. So moral of the story, guys, you have a lot of secrets at home that if you get the right algorithm and the right recipe, or with anything, you still have a lot of beautiful things laying around where you're not even aware of. Bow! I finished the pizza, and guys, it was delicious. I got a little bit of an after dinner dip, but nevertheless, guys, we need to talk about these emotional states that I want to talk with you guys about, because this is very important and this is the perfect timing as well. So the 2 emotional states that are going to be most detrimental to your success, to your personal health, to your mental health, to your financial health, is 2 things, and they are mentioned in the Bible too. A lot of religious text, basically. And that is fear and pride. Fear and pride, they are both really your worst enemy. And why? I'm going to first start with fear. And this is something that William Delbert Gann says too in one of his words, one of his book called The Magic Word. When you have a problem, when you are sick, or when you have any problem, or when you want to solve a problem, or when you want to, the first thing you need to do is you need to remove fear out of the equation. And this is particularly also in trading. Because if you have fear inside of you, and that fear is controlling you in an extent, it has a power over you till a certain extent, then you are very prone to lose. And if you cannot let go of that fear, then it will be very difficult to be a profitable trader, because you are going to experience this emotion many, many times. And when it gets power over you, you are not in control of your own actions. And I'm not going to act like I'm an angel in this thing that I'm explaining, because I know how difficult it is. I've been making so much mistakes, and I'm still making mistakes. I'm still learning from it. It is ridiculously difficult to deal with these emotional states. It is the biggest obstacle for you to become profitable. But, and I'm going to give you an example, and I'm seeing this right now in the charts as well, and that's why I want to talk about it, is when the bull market started. For example, it was in, 2020 or 2019, right? We felt in the bull market of 2017, but you guys, I don't know, all of you have been there, but maybe you have been there in the bull market 2020, 2021. I've been there in the bull market 2017, and everything went up. Everything went up and up and up and up, and you just get so used to all the prices going up. So every little change that you have, you just throw in the markets, because you are used to double that money on a weekly or monthly time frame. right? Then once the bear market starts, right, the 2018 bear market, first of all, you see all these declines. You cannot believe that there is a bear market. At least this was for me personally. I couldn't believe that there was a bear market. To be honest, guys, I didn't even know really that a bear market could exist, because I was not in that feeling state. I was still in that feeling state of the bull market. And then the price goes down. And I just tell myself, you know what? I'm just going to buy. And I'm just going to let it, because sooner or later it will go up, right? Sooner or later it will go up. So right after the 2017 bull market. And every month with my income, I keep on buying altcoins, and these altcoins got crushed. They got completely crushed. 2018, 2019, they just continue to go down. So the opposite with the bull market, I was just like halvening the investments that I was making. But then comes a turning point. That emotional state, like you go from, okay, I just buy, oh, it goes lower. Wow, it goes lower for a long time. Oh, wow, this is a bear market. Wow, multi-year long, these things are going down. You're going to ask yourself, when is it ever going to go up, right? And then suddenly the low is there, boom. And in that case, I was very lucky, because I was following the right people online. I was also busy with time. I was expecting that cycle low in 2019 going to $3,000. I directly sold my car, put it on Bitcoin, and then the thing just took off to $13,000. I was like, whoa, that was insane, right? Then I got that feeling of like, wow, that little bit pride feeling, right? I get a lot of confidence. Then the Bitcoin corrects. During March 2020, the COVID crash, and it went to 3,000 again, roughly, maybe 4,000 or something. And then the whole sentiment, guys, got crushed. And you know what happens, guys? This big capitulation event, it instills fear in people. So when the price went back up and we had a V-shaped recovery, most people, including me, were all thinking, yeah, it's going to come down. It has to retest these lows. It has at least to retest these lows. Everyone putting buying orders there. But Bitcoin did not look back. It just went. It didn't look back. It broke above the all-time high, broke above the highs, first of the highs from 2019, like $13,000, then broke the previous all-time high, which was then, of course, $20,000, and then it just went straight to $62,000. And along the way, guys, to 62,000, a lot of people were talking about corrections, black swans. Like, I don't know if they were talking about black swans back then, but a lot of people were talking about corrections. And the reason why they talk about it, guys, is because they experience fear. They experience fear because that fear has been instilled in them very logically, like there's nobody to blame, and it's not a fault or something. It's just the law of nature that fear is instilled during that March 2020 crash, and I experienced that too. At one moment when Bitcoin was breaking above $40,000 or something like that, I took a break from the markets. Like I remember I was just, even when it was 30,000, I'm not really sure, but I was just like, for me, I just going to need a break right now. So I took a break. I'm really happy that I did that, because when I went back into the markets, just had a look at the price again, we were already trading at 60K. I didn't have time to sell. Because I just took a break and the thing just went higher, right? So it was really crazy times. But then, of course, came the bear market in 2022. This was a Shemitah year. So this is part of the 7-year cycle. Like what's also, I think 7 is the most mentioned number in the whole Bible. Very important number. But this is the complete opposite as the bear market. Now, there is no fear instilled in the people. No, there is overconfidence and pride instilled in the people. right? So people got used to these big sums of money, and they got used to probably like a very luxury lifestyle. They can buy everything they want. They do not need to worry. They might not even need to work. Different lifestyle than in the bear market, definitely. That also was counting for me. So there is an opposite emotional state being imprinted, instilled in your system, and this time it is pride. Then the market rolls over and you are in this state of pride. That's why it's so difficult to be a profitable trader, because you have to recognize, okay, I'm now in a state of pride, of a state of overconfidence. I need to get out, because I know that this feeling is the feeling in the markets in general, which is dangerous, because if everyone is that, we are very late in the cycle, right? That's why I'm so bullish right now, because I feel slightly fearful. And I feel the market participants are fearful too. But I see an uptrend. How is that possible? How is it possible that the market just goes in an uptrend? Bitcoin is at all-time highs, guys. Bitcoin is at all-time highs. And we are feeling emotions of fear, uncertainty. That is due to the market state and the last shakeout in Bitcoin, which is probably pretty fresh in your mind, but maybe even more fresh in your emotional body, not even in your rational body, because rationally you can just see the chart, but emotionally you feel the pain. You feel the pain like, ooh, my portfolio got a big dip. But that fear and that pain is instilled in you. Recognize that, guys. It is instilled in you, and you are still experiencing that, because it is kind of like a PTSS or PTSD, whatever they call it, market PTSD, right? Then when the market goes up, is disbelief. People don't believe that the market can go up because they have experienced so much pain, right? How can the market go up when they experience pain? But this is the whole game. This is the whole game, guys. Once you can see through this, swimming through these waters becomes so easy. And this is also my main goal, guys, for this channel, is to help you guys to see these things, so you can make better investment decisions. And I cannot shine a light or like, I cannot, like, not everyone who watched this video will get that will recognize that, because it also depends where you are in your progress, right? But if you've been through the bear market of 2022, you have felt the bullishness of 2020 and 21, you most likely know what I'm talking about. And if you were there in 2017, you definitely know what I'm talking about, guys. So yeah, I just wanted to mention this. It's very simple. It's super simple, but this is also in life, guys. It's also in life, and I can also say that from a personal experience as well. If you fear something, the first thing to get better, because this can actually make you sick, the first thing that you should do is release the fear. You know, get rid of the fear is one of the most important things for recovery, for any disease, for any problem that you face. First of all, remove the fear, work on that. But it's also the opposite around, like pride as well. Overconfidence and pride is not being humble, is not being a student. We want to be a student that is embracing life. So you're not seeing yourself above others. No, because then you cannot learn from the other person, right? If you are putting yourself above someone else, it is the overconfident attitude which will make you oversee details which are going to be very important for you. The same with fear. If you are too fearful, you are too afraid to get a new experience, too afraid for new things, too afraid for a certain thing which is blocking you. Also, this is not good. So we want to be a student, which makes us humble. We want to be a lifelong student. That's also why I'm learning again. I'm trying to learn it in a humble state, that I can learn so much from everything that he says. I should read his books at least multiple times in order to get the message good, right? If I want to explain something to somebody else, and I really want to get that message through, and that would be my student, so to say, and my student would read my text 3 times, maybe even more, right? If he reads it multiple times, the understanding each time he or she will read it, the understanding will be deeper. There will be a deeper understanding, which is going to be important if you want to know what this person is knowing. You want to basically transfer knowledge. But knowledge in the form of text doesn't mean nothing, because there needs to be an insight. That's the same as when, for example, somebody that is very good in programming AI, right? A programmer, he would tell a non-technical person, yeah, you have to do this programming language, these attributes, these functions, and he would name it. The guy who has no technical background, he cannot listen. He cannot hear what that person has to say, because there is no framework in the mind, no insight, no knowledge, you can so to say, to interpret that. So maybe next to learning something from that person, you need to go out and do different challenges or different methods to get better insights, to make sure that you understand the person that you want to learn from better. But guys, I'm drifting a little bit off from the topic right here. I hope you guys are still interested in what I got to say. But I believe this is going to be very important for this bull market as well, because if you feel confidence in yourself, if you feel truly overconfident, like, ask yourself, where is that overconfidence coming from? Look at the charts. Is it all still confident? Or did we just broke a new low? Am I giving myself excuses not to do certain things because of my overconfidence? The similar with fear, right? The same thing is with fear. And you have often people, one is have a bit more problems with fear, and the other one has a little bit more problems with overconfidence, and some have problems with both. I think everyone has slightly problems with both, but you are on a scale, of course, which one is bothering you more, right? And it depends, of course, on the market conditions. But one of the easiest way to look through this is, first of all, to ask yourself, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling that? And on which reasons is this based that I'm feeling that? Which thoughts that I'm having are creating that feeling? And are these thoughts, is this because I saw a video online from somebody else, or I saw a Twitter post, or I'm scared of a recession? But everything, ask yourself why, and then ask yourself what is the reasoning, and check whether those reasons are valid. And then it will tell you, if you do that research, it will tell you exactly whether you are rationally thinking based on your system, based on smart money thinking, or whether you are behaving from an emotional body that has nothing to do with rational thinking. Okay guys, that was it for today's video. I had a very long talk, after dinner talk with you guys. I hope you enjoyed the food, and no, it's not becoming a cooking channel, but I was just feeling the energy. I wanted to share it with you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see every single one of you, as always, in the next video, guys. Bye bye. And later, guys, my friends came back and they still wanted to have some food. Beautiful. I love to close the days like this. It's really nice. Love you. See you in the next one. Bye bye.